The main difference in operation between an if statement and a while statement is a. The while loop body is executed. B. The body of the while statement may be executed many times, the body of the if statements only once. C. The conditional expression following the keyboard is evaluated differently. D. All of the above. The correct answer is the body of the while statement may be executed many times, the body of the if statements only once. If a class object is thrown with a throw statement, then a subsequent catch block has a usable match if the type of the catch argument is a parent class of the thrown class, b. a child class of the thrown class, c. either a or b, d. neither a nor b. The correct answer is a parent class of the thrown class. The weakest form of cohesion is a. coincidental, b. functional, c. logical, d. communicational. The correct answer is coincidental. The break statement is used to exist from a do loop, b. a for loop, c. a switch statement, d. all of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. You have assigned the address of value to the pointer p, which statement will display the value stored in value a. Quote p, b. quote value, c. quote p, d. quote p. The correct answer is quote p. A constructor initialization list is preceded by a semicolon, b. a colon, c. two colons, d. a space. The correct answer is a colon. In C, a function contained within a class is called a member function, b. an operator, c. a class function, d. a method. The correct answer is a member function. Which of the following is the scope resolution operator? A, b, c, d. The correct answer is if the description of function is input the quantity, validate that the quantity is greater than 1, subtract 1 from the quantity and print the quantity. The function is a. sequentially cohesive, b. logically cohesive, c. communicationally cohesive, d. functionally cohesive. The correct answer is logically cohesive. A function that changes an object's state belongs to the category of a. inspector functions, b. mutator functions, c. auxiliary functions, d. manager functions. The correct answer is mutator functions. Which of the following pairs of identifier names is considered to be identical? A. name names, b. Smith John Smith, c. identifier 1 identifier 2, d. char char l. The correct answer is identifier 1 identifier 2. When you create a derived class and instantiate on object, the parent class object must be constructed first, b. the child class object must be constructed first, c. the parent class object must not be constructed, d. the child class object must not be constructed. The correct answer is the parent class object must be constructed first. The int type of constants are whole numbers in the range a. 23,677 to 23,678, b. 32,768 to 32,767, c. 32,767 to 32,768, d. 32,864 to 32,865. The correct answer is 32,768 to 32,767. When the function char someFunctionint x is executed, a. it will throw nothing, b. it will throw an integer, c. it will throw a character, D. It may or may not throw anything. The correct answer is, it may or may not throw anything. One way in which a structure differs from an array is that A. A structure may have members of more than one type. B. A structure must have members that are all the same type. C. An array may have members of more than one type. D. There is no difference between a structure and an array. The correct answer is, a structure may have members of more than one type. Variables that hold memory addresses are called A. Subscripts, B. Holders, C. Pointers, D. Indicators. The correct answer is pointers. The general form of do-while statement is A. Do expression while statement, B. Do while expression, C. Do statement while expression, D. Do statement while statement. The correct answer is do statement while expression. The measure of how well the operations in a function relate to one another is A. Coupling, B. Cohesion, C. Adhesion, D. Conversion. The correct answer is cohesion. If you want to override constructor default values for an object you are instantiating, you must also override A. All other parameters to that constructor, B. All parameters to the left of that value, C. All parameters to the right of that value, D. No other parameters to that constructor. The correct answer is all parameters to the left of that value. An unsigned double type of data. A can have only positive values. B does not exist. C is always less than 1010. D can have only negative values. The correct answer is can have only positive values. The extraction operator is an A. Overloaded function, B. C class, C. C object, D. Static reference variables. The correct answer is overloaded function. Modules in C programs are A. Functions, B. Procedures, C. Subroutines, D. Mini-programs. The correct answer is functions. The return type for all destructors is other class, B. Void, C. The same as the first data in the class, D. None. The correct answer is none. If an exception is thrown and no catch block matches the type of the thrown parameter, then A. The program terminates, B. The first catch block is executed, C. The last catch block is executed, D. The program proceeds with the code following the catch blocks. The correct answer is the program terminates. The comma operator is used to A. Permit two different expressions to appear in situations where only one expression would ordinarily be used, B. Terminate loops or to exit from switch, C. Alter the normal sequence of program execution by transferring control to some other part of the program, D. Carry out a logical test and then take one of two possible actions depending upon the outcome of the test. The correct answer is permit two different expressions to appear in situations where only one expression would ordinarily be used. A function that is called automatically each time an object is created is an A. Constructor, B. Contractor, C. Builder, D. Architect. The correct answer is constructor. Which of the following statements creates a named constant called driverAge whose value is 16? A. Const driverAge 16, B. Const short driverAge 16, C. driverAge 16, D. driverAge const 16. The correct answer is const short driverAge 16. Which functions do not have a this pointer? A. Access functions, B. Inspector functions, C. Member functions, D. Static functions. The correct answer is Static functions. When a program calls a function that has default parameters, if you omit an argument you must a. Not omit any other arguments, b. Omit all arguments, c. Omit all arguments to the right of that argument, d. Omit all arguments to the left of that argument. The correct answer is omit all arguments to the right of that argument. Each generic type in a template function definition is preceded by the keyword a. Template, b. Function, c. Type, d. Class. The correct answer is template. The declaration section holds a. Data members, b. Data members and function prototypes, c. Data members, function prototypes and the functions themselves, d. None of the above. The correct answer is data members and function prototypes. A derived class override attributes of a parent class. A. May, b. May if the two classes have the same name, c. Must, d. Must not. The correct answer is may. In object-oriented terms, an exception may be considered an a. Child, b. Encapsulation, c. Message, d. Scalar type. The correct answer is message. An is a numeric variable used for counting something. A. Accumulator, b. Adder, c. Constant, d. Counter. The correct answer is counter. The element of an array is a. The name of the array, b. A member of an array, c. A value assigned to an array, d. All of the above. The correct answer is a member of an array. When the function void someFunctionint x throw char is executed, a. It will throw nothing, b. It may throw an integer, c. It may throw a character, d. It may not throw anything. The correct answer is it may throw a character. Which of the following is not included in the header of a function? A. The type of variable returned by the function to the function that calls it, b. The name of the program or function that calls the function, c. The name of the function, d. The types and names of any variables that will be passed to the function. The correct answer is the name of the program or function that calls the function. If you want only one memory location to be reserved for a class variable, no matter how many objects are instantiated, you should declare the variable as a. Dynamic, b. Unary, c. Static, d. Volatile. The correct answer is static. The logical NOT operator represented by is a. Unary operator, b. Binary operator, c. Ternary operator, d. Octal operator. The correct answer is unary operator. When variables refer to attributes of an entity such as name, address, and phone number of a person, those attributes form a. File, b. Record, c. Field, d. Program. The correct answer is record. A derived class override attributes of a parent class. A. May, b. May if the two classes have the same name, c. Must, d. Must not. The correct answer is may. Which of the following is false? A. You enclose a function's statements in a set of braces. B. The function header is considered a C statement, so it must end in a semicolon. C. The keyword void tells the C compiler that the function does not return a value. D. A function can receive information that you send pass to it. The correct answer is the function header is considered a C statement, so it must end in a semicolon. A function's single most important role is to A. Give a name to a block of code. B. Reduce program size. C. Accept arguments and provide a return value. D. Help organize a program into conceptual units. The correct answer is Help organize a program into conceptual units. The delete operator returns to the operating system a memory that is no longer needed. B. Void. C. Recycle bin. D. None of the above. The correct answer is memory that is no longer needed. The major advantage of data hiding is that A. Your programs can include more data. B. You no longer need functions. C. No one can ever use your data. D. Your data will be used correctly. The correct answer is your data will be used correctly. The letter V is A. Character literal constant. B. Numeric literal constant. C. String literal constant. D. Variable. The correct answer is character literal constant. Separating parts of a program into units that remain unaffected by other parts of a program is the concept known as A. Intrusion. B. Volatility. C. Encapsulation. D. Protection. The correct answer is encapsulation.